Hi, welcome to the profile where we tell stories to inspire, motivate, and empower through voices. My name is Christine Yosenga, and you can find these conversations on YouTube and using Christine. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell so you get to know every time I upload a new video. With me today is Kata, and she's a lot as she's going to be telling us here on the profile. You're most welcome, Kata, to the profile.
Thank you, Christine, for hosting me. Like she mentioned, my name is Kata Jorin Karin. I am a law student at Victoria University. I happen to be the 6th or the former guild president at the same university. I am still into leadership, and I am working with the Federation for East African Law Students, and I am working as the interim organizing secretary. Then also Youth After School Initiative, I am working as their ambassador for environment and employability.
So Youth After School, what's that?
Youth After School Initiative is self-explanatory, just like you hear the name, Youth After School. So you are done with campus, what next? Right. You're done with secondary school, what next? Which campus are you going? Which course are you going to pursue? These are people that have mentored me to actually somehow where I am today. And yeah, it is Youth After School Initiative. They help you know what you're going to do after school, and they have a number of programs that they pursue, or you can pursue as a student or as someone who has finished being a student.
Okay, so how is your life growing up as a child and a girl like that?
Growing up, I was a normal child, very normal, with a very humble, coming from a very humble family. I lived with both parents. My father and my mother are both alive. We thank God for that, and also my siblings. So my father and mother have 4 children, and I am the third born, who is also the second last child. So I'm born with 2 girls and 2 boys. My mother has other children, and my father also has other children, but considering mom and dad, I am the third child.
Okay, so how is school like? How do you find high school back then?
High school got me as an excited person. I was really excited to join secondary school because primary school back then used to beat us. And I was really hoping for the day I'll join secondary and I stop being beaten, or I become a mature person.
But did it stop? Like, did they stop beating?
Sure. I don't remember how. I don't remember being caned in high school, except for some moments, of course, but that kind of caning in primary was not the same thing in secondary school. Yeah, and I managed to join Wampeo Ntake Senior Secondary School, which was my first choice back then in 2015 for my S1. And in that secondary school, in my class, particularly senior one, we were about 500 students. But I was the only one courageous enough to contest for a position for prefectship that time. So I got a lot of favors from the administration, seeing this confident, courageous young girl coming up for a very big position. It was sanitary prefect, which was meant to be for people in senior 3, and I was here putting my head there. So they made sure I come unopposed, and they made me the information prefect. Very proud of me. I managed to pass through and do work that an information prefect would be doing, which gained me even more popularity because I used to lead assembly where Form 6 and Form 5 students are. And they really liked it every time I called them to join the assembly.
So yeah. What is the most thing you're proud of about being a leader in high school?
In high school, I don't think there is anything I was proud of except for being popular, because it makes you very popular.
Popularity and nothing else?
In other secondary schools there is more to that, but particularly in my school there's no big deal. You're just a prefect, so what? Then when I changed school in Form 2, I joined Chinawa High School, Kasanga. That's where I completed my senior 4 and senior 6 from. And in this school, I was a bit calm. I wasn't so much into leadership, but leadership will always look for you. Once you are born a leader, there is a way leadership comes looking for you. So I changed school.
People who shy away from leadership.
I don't think there is anyone who can shy away from leadership. Once it is a calling, it is a calling. And please let your light shine. Don't dim it, because you cannot dim that light that shines from within. And if it is a calling for you, take it on. You might want to shy away here and there, but it will still come after you. And leadership does not mean you're supposed to have a title. No. You can be a leader from anywhere, doing absolutely things that politicians are not doing, but you're leading and you don't know it. You can be a leader at church, you can be a leader in the mosque, you can be a leader in your family. Like, without you, nothing goes on. When your siblings have a fight with a person, they're going to call. These people are fighting, and you don't know that you are leading them in that kind of manner. When you have a visitation day, I see people saying, I'm deputy parenting today. No, you're actually leading. Yeah, so leadership comes in that kind of manner, and you can't shy away from it. That is as far as I know, because I tried to shy away from it, but it still looked for me.
So was there a point in your life when you were a leader, but you were leading, but you were not actually an elected leader or a leader in office? Was there a point?
Yeah. Even till now, I am still a leader without an office, because I handed over, save for the other positions that I talked about, but within my groups, within my circles, my family, I still lead somehow, somewhere. And in high school, like I was saying, when I changed school, I went to Chinawa High School. I was a bit low-key, but still they noticed the leadership in me. And when I was in senior 4, I was elected, with my class elected me. I was not interested, honestly, but I remember there was a girl whom they said, okay, we're voting councillors. You know, senior 4, you have a councillor and a class monitor, something like that. So we are electing councillors, and councillors are in charge of the class, where the class monitor is not, or where it needs administration to come in. Maybe when we are hosting someone important, you're the one to give the vote of thanks and such things. So this girl actually recommended me, said, let Kata be on the list. I don't remember. Yeah, she was a friend. She was called Shamira Nakanwaj. She said, Kata can be class councillor. And people were like, okay. So they recommended another person. I don't even remember who it was. Okay. Because I actually won the election, they voted me and I became class councillor. A title I took with me up to senior 6. Senior 6, there was no voting, but since I was councillor in senior 4, I just took it on. And when I joined A level, I contested for speakership of my school, Chinawa High School, Kasangat, and I lost. I lost terribly.
How was losing?
Now, it was funny.
That did it feel?
It was funny, because when I was joining senior 5, I did not study first term. I said I'll join in second term. I had some problems. I had tuition issues. I was like, should I go for a vocational school, institute, or should I join A level and go direct to university? So I was still making a decision on how I can go by it, but I was like, God is going to provide school fees. Let me join A level, and I know I will. God is the provider. Provision will find its way to me if I start.
So the elections happen after first term?
Yeah, now first term I didn't study. I come back in second term because it is my school. I know. These people know me. Given that I'm brown, very articulate, eloquent, so I'm like, I'll win. I contest, thinking everyone in the school knows me. Now, my opponent was a boy who just joined in Form 5. Okay. So he was like, he campaigned. Me, I was cheating. I thought people knew me, they'll just vote me. And when it came to the open debate, I did really well, open campaign. And of course, the administration was talking about me. Yeah, have you had Kata's speech? Have you had her manifesto? She has did well. And I thought, I was confident that I was winning. It's only my class which voted me. The rest of the people, my opponent won, and I really lost terribly. But I felt bad about it, but I think I saw it coming somehow, somewhere. And luckily enough, COVID came in senior 6, so no one enjoyed their prefectship then.
So was it like an advantage?
Yeah, because there were no prefects. So me losing or winning, it wouldn't make change, because when we went for COVID classes, COVID education, we were equals. There's no prefect. I just took on the lead actually then, still without a title. And somehow, somewhere, I was always leading my class.
So about that joining late for senior 5, how do you think these people who join after like a term, there are people who study for 1 term in a year because of these issues?
Yeah.
Some parents are really finding it okay. Do you really think it's okay, or did it somehow affect you?
If you can afford taking your child to school, please take them for all the terms. But now I'm talking to someone who wants to study but they do not have the means. If you can afford only 3rd term and you feel that is what you can afford, get friends, let them give you notes, read the notes, go for that 1 term that you can afford in senior 5, for example. You just change school, you can say, I have come from this school, I am here. And then they give you the place. If you have read and if you are determined, I don't think there is anything possible. When I was campaigning for guild president, I used the theme limitless possibilities, because I do not think there is anything impossible. Either way, negative or positive, everything is possible. It is it is a vague statement as you can hear it, but you can make it positive, and that is the possibility I want everyone to have, that they can make life positive. They can view life in a positive way. They can see it as a limitless positive way. So when you're determined, actually you can even perform better than the people who have studied for the whole terms.
So as a leader, or going back into contesting for guildship, how many opponents were you against?
I was against 4 boys. 4 opponents who were all boys.
Courage to go against all the 4 boys?
Well, like I said, I was a leader in primary and secondary school. And when I joined campus, there are so many myths about campus. The men are going to vibe you. You have to focus and read, because not everyone finishes university alive. You need to focus not to get retakes. And given that I was going for a very, very important course, or a noble course, which needs a lot of hard work, law, I was really scared. And I was like, I am coming here to read, study, go back home. I don't want peer pressure, I don't want influence, I don't want bandwagons. So I was in for my books, and that was it when I joined university. And my classmates can testify to this. I was very quiet. Very, very quiet. I could just come. They could only hear my voice when I was giving an answer in class, or trying to ask a question, or trying to argue here and there like a lawyer. But I was a very silent person in Form 1, especially in year 1, first semester. But then as we went on, of course, people try to be friendly, greeting you, hello, how are you? Then you start talking to them randomly. And now my university, we are the pioneers of law school. That means we are the first people to offer law at Victoria University. So we had to elect members of the Law Society. And people were very much interested into leadership. I wasn't. I knew what I could do, but I was over it. I'm like, no, this is a distraction. When you're a leader, you do not get to focus as much as a normal student. You have so many things to worry about. I was like, I'm not participating. So people were like, why aren't you contesting? I'm like, I'm not interested. So of course they contested and we elected them. I wasn't part. Now on the election day, our supervisor who was supervising those elections, because I had no position, I was like, okay, we are appointing you the chairperson electoral commission. So I presided over the election in that kind of manner. So it was interesting. Now, as we went on, the person who was general secretary in the Law Society left for one reason or the other, left, and that position remained vacant. And looking at the position I was holding, electoral commission, they're like, no, we don't need an EC now. We can dissolve it and you replace the other one who was general secretary. I was like, okay, no problem. Little did I know that being general secretary is going to make me interface with the guild of the university. So now that is how I keep on facing the guild, taking to them our constitution, they review, getting to know them, they getting to know me. And the vice president of the guild then was like, yeah, I think you can be guild president. That is the first thing he told me when the first time we met. Like, I think you can be guild president. Would you want to become one? I had never, I think he saw something in me that I can't even see in myself. But I had never thought about guild. I didn't even know what guild president is. I was fresh from high school. I didn't know. I can call myself a villager then. So
this is you in your second semester?
Yes, second semester of year one.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, I can make you guild president. Would you want to become one? I'm like, who would say no to that such an offer? I think it is interesting to become one.
Okay.
So now my predecessor, who I succeeded, is also a female. He was like, I'm going to introduce you to the guild president and she will appoint you as the prime minister, because our prime minister as well just left, just resigned. So things were happening in a way. You see what I told you, that you cannot dim a light that shines from within? Leadership just looked for me. I wasn't interested in leadership at university, but it still came its way to me.
You're a born leader.
I should say. Then when I became, I met the guild president. It's like, oh, okay, what can you do? So we had a conversation with her. Then she later introduced me to the dean of students and later appointed me as the prime minister. So as prime minister and general secretary, I really outdid myself. I did great, I should say. I did well. And from those things that I did as prime minister and guild president, people recommended me to go for guild presidents. So guild elections come in, the university offers, issues a memo. Guild elections are open, please come and apply. And I wasn't very interested. I was like, okay. I had told my friend initially that I can actually be guild president, but we were laughing about it, like, And so guild elections come in. That is second year. I was in year 2 now. And people are like, contest. I'm like, no, you guys, contesting needs money. I am not so much into that. Let's just see it. Now, because we are the pioneers of law school with its prestige and pride that it wants to carry with itself everywhere it goes, it says, no, we need to take a candidate. We need to recommend a candidate. So there were people who were recommended at first. They were boys. And these people were very skeptical about being president. And then they recommended me. They're like, but we think Kata can actually contest. They're like, but no, she can't contest when she's a woman, succeeding a woman. They're like, what is wrong with that? She can contest and win. She can contest and win. Let's push Kata. So they come and let me know about it. I was like, okay, if you guys are behind me, I'm for it. Let's do this. That is how I end up being guild president. I contested, campaigned. People believed in me. I came under the theme Limitless Possibilities. People believed in the agenda of the Limitless Possibilities. And that is how we won the election with a percentage of 48.9. And my opponent had about 24 point something. So I doubled his votes.
Okay, so how is politics? How is politics at Victoria University? Or I don't want to call it politics, but leadership.
Leadership at Victoria University is amazing. Before it wasn't sounding. I don't think anyone knew a leader at Victoria University as much as they know me. They've known me. It was silent leadership before, but when I came into position, I made sure I give Victoria the light. Victoria has shined in terms of leadership.
Under your leadership?
Yeah, under my leadership. It has really, really shined. That is how you get to know me, I think.
Yeah.
That is how I got to know very, very many people. That is how very many people get to know Victoria University. And at Victoria itself, leadership is fun. Students like it. Students see you as their leader, they acknowledge that, they respect that, you make for them plans, you decide for them.
Are your decisions or are your ideas taken into consideration by the administration?
Yeah, the best thing about Victoria is that they know that the students' interests come first, and every decision that they come up with, that means they have thoughtfully made that decision in the best interests of the student. Even when the students will see it as a bad decision taken by management, it is actually good for them. You know, students, we are very funny people. We veto so many things that come in our way, that we think are actually letting us not have the peace that we require. But these are the things that help us grow. These are the things that nurture us. Now, as a leader, most of the times, I had to explain to the students that this is actually good for us. If we take it on, it's the better for us. If we do not take it on, it's the worst. I explained to them that these are the effects of not taking it on, and these are the effects of taking it on, because they are always negative and positive. So they realize that, oh, there is more good in this thing than actually bad. Let's do it, and then they agree to take it on in that kind of manner.
So what are your most achievements those are outstanding achievements that you have achieved as a leader in that office?
I remember when I was campaigning, the very important thing that students wanted to hear was a freshers' ball, because it had never happened at Victoria University. And I promised us, like, you people, limitless possibilities is bringing for you the freshers' ball, and we had it.
Okay.
We had it. So that is the first achievement. And then academically, we had the receipt policy, where when you fail to get an exam right, or you fail to get the pass mark, instead of getting a retake, you go in for a receipt. And the receipt means you don't need to attend classes again, you don't need to do coursework again. Just go and do the exam, because maybe you were sick, maybe you were not okay, maybe something was not adding up at that time, maybe you missed the exam because of tuition. And now, why do you have to go back and do coursework that you passed?
So you
attend classes? Yes, it was under my government that it came through. So many, I don't think I can count and finish. We have really outdid ourselves when it came to, I can't say I did, okay, I led the team, but we did this. Okay. And I want to thank Victoria University students for giving me the mandate. I hope they are really proud of me.
Okay. So what some of the challenges that you encountered, being a woman, I speak from the perspective of being a girl, and you're leading so many men out there. So what are some of the challenges that came from you being a lady? Not just being a leader, but being a lady.
Being a lady, it is amazing. Very amazing. I think ladies should come more for leadership, because it is really amazing when you are a woman in leadership or in politics. People see you as a very powerful person. Okay, you are powerful, but to the extent that the big men and women see you in, it is so humbling. It is a humbling experience. Victoria University male students have given me the respect, really. They see me as their president, and you know the prestige that comes with it. It is amazing. I have not encountered challenges in my leadership because of the way I probably carry myself. I commend respect. You know, respect is earned, not demanded. Now I have earned it in a manner that when someone looks at you, they respect you, and that is something. It communicates that.
How do you achieve that as a lady, to command respect? Command respect among men.
Self-esteem.
Okay.
Regardless of how you look like, regardless of how young you are, and you're in amidst very older people, regardless of how less knowledgeable you are, and you are in the middle of very intelligent people, just have that self-esteem, confidence, that when you show up and you speak, they're like, okay.
Who is, or do you have a role model?
Yes, I do. And they're both from America.
Okay.
That is Michelle Obama and Vice President Kamala Harris, the current Vice President of.
Why? Why this?
These are very, very eloquent women. I love the way this is what I see about them and what I have at least known. They are very eloquent. They have a very big self-esteem. They have made it in life. Anyone would look up to them, really. They have studied, they have risen up from very humble families, and they have made it. They have something to say to the world, really. And one day, I hope to be like them.
Okay. So, if you had to be something tomorrow, or today, what would it be?
If I had to be something.
Or someone?
Growing up, I loved to be just a woman. Be a woman, get a husband, have a family, and have a very good job, a very beautiful house. If someone asks me today itself that, what do you want? I think that is something I would really want. Sometimes we want leadership to show off what we can do and also to be able to upgrade our society into a manner that we would like it to be. But also having a life is something we should never forget, that besides what people see, you have a family. You are a mother, you are a wife, you are a child, you are a sister, you are a friend. Very important. And I really hold those virtues very, very highly.
Okay. So do you think a woman or a wife should be submissive?
Yes.
That word, submissive.
Yes. This is something natural. It is in law we call it natural justice. It is something that is supposed to be like that according to the law of nature, according to how God created us. You know, women are supposed to be submissive. But being submissive does not mean you should be stepped on. No. You can be submissive and still do what you are supposed to do. You are supposed to know how to show off different types of you. When you are at office, you are a boss. When you're back home, you are a wife. Know how a wife behaves. A wife is not a boss. When I was at school, I was guild president, and everyone acknowledged that. When I go back home, I'm a child, completely. You live in wonder when you see me at home. Very different from charcoal air, dressed in a way that I want, eating food given to me by my mother. You know, child, be a child, because you are a child at home. When you're here, you're a president. When you're with your sister, you are a sister. When you're with your friends, you are their friend. And we should know how to balance those things. So women should be submissive because the men deserve submissive ladies. But that does not mean that the man should step on you and limit you to do what you are supposed to do.
So besides being a student, what else are you currently into?
I am currently into, of course, I'm still a leader. So besides being a student, I'm a leader. And very soon I'll be forming an NGO that is meant to inspire the youth, boys and girls, and it will be launched soon. It's something I really want to do.
Your initiative?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah, and
What should people look forward to? What should they expect?
people should expect youth that are going to be mentored, that are going to be our vision. I'm still working on the vision very well, but it is to identify a problem and come up with a solution. You realize that we have problems of teenage pregnancies. What solution is there? You know, the solution should be that both boys and girls should be taught about teenage pregnancy, because it is the boys who impregnate the girls. And it is the girls who get impregnated by the boys. Now, what do we have to do about it? So we are looking forward to such kind of thing. And if we are seeing people with low self-esteem, what is the solution to that? Mentor them, let them be confident, show up. Sometimes it's all about showing up. You might not even speak, but when you show up and people notice that, hey, he or she is around, they're like, okay, the next time you'll be someone better.
Okay, so where does this idea come from?
It comes from the conversation that we have just held, the challenges that people face, what challenges are women facing. They are sexually harassed. Okay, what do we have to do about it? We can talk to them about it. We can make them feel safe to share such kinds of information. And what are the boys facing? Are they threatened by women emancipation? Yes. What do we as women have to do about it? Should wives submit? Okay. Should they be limited to particular things that they're supposed to do? No. But should they submit? Yes. Now, how do we convince the wives that they have to submit, regardless of where they are? Look at Samia Suluhu. She's the president of the whole country, Tanzania. But she's submissive to her husband back home. Does that take away her presidency? No. So those are the things that we should open up to and have a very liberal society.
Really come out to talk about women emancipation and where it is taking the world.
Exactly.
Soon we shall find that the men are the ones being abused.
It is actually happening. Men are now being abused, and they cannot speak about it because they do not feel safe. They do not. But now create a safe place, a safe space for them to come out and talk about it. And you will see that they are inspiring very many other men who have been probably harassed and they're not talking about it. That is what we are aiming for.
I personally can't wait for that.
We can have you on board as well for such profiles, you know.
So, like in your life, what are the most challenging things that you have found in your life as a girl?
As a girl child, the biggest problem that I think that all of us face as women is money.
Money.
Money can force you to do things that you're not supposed to do, I'm telling you. So, as women, we should look at having our own money in the right ways, acquiring money in right ways. Because we are having money that you cannot even account for. If they ask you, where did you get this money? You can't even speak. But having your own money gives you the liberty to choose to make decisions for yourself. But when you do not have money, you end up making decisions that if you had money, you would not be doing. I am trying to, close up the conversation, but I know you get what I'm trying to mean. So money is a very challenge because you probably want a nice outfit. You need money to buy it. You don't have that money. What are you going to do? That is when you get sugar daddies. That is when you give time to men that do not deserve your time because they are going to give you money to get this thing that you are wanting. It is really a challenge, but you have to be smart in a way to get money that you have actually worked for, and also to create avenues on how to get the money. So that is challenge number one. Challenge number two is should be being disrespected somehow. As a woman, your self-esteem is already stepped on somehow by someone. And it is most of the time fellow women doing that. Why? Yes. You find a woman should be yes, but women are actually threatened by rising women. And they'll always want to show you that they know better, they are better at it, and what? The men will want to empower you, but then want something in it. So sexual harassment, girls, please say no to sexual harassment. If you're to go in with a man, let it be your own will. Self-will is the best incentive. Yeah. When you have the will, then you can go for it. Not because you're coerced, not because you're empowered, not because you want something in return, but because you actually want. Very, very important conversations that we should hold with the girls out there, because those are the main two things that women are. Money. Looking for money as a woman, you are expecting favors. Are those favors going to come for free? Please, that is when you will contract diseases.
For a good life, dope life, but they don't.
Soft life, exactly. Like soft life, you don't want to. Please, get something you're doing. Even a man will even want you more in bringing something to the table. I know this is a conversation women don't want to hear to have, but it's very important. So those are the challenges. Because I come from a humble family, there is not a lot of money there. And also, being contented is one of the solutions to these problems. So, and you know you cannot afford something, just be contented and know one day I'll be able to achieve what I want. So just the above, slowly by slowly, we'll make it.
What are your final remarks to our dear viewers?
Viewers, thank you so much for your time. First of all, it's not easy to sacrifice such time to listen to such stories. And I want to implore you to begin. You know, success comes when you begin. You eventually become. And yeah, you know, success comes when you believe, firstly. Then after believing, you begin. When you begin, you will eventually become. So that would be my final remarks to my viewers. You believe in something, you want something to get done, believe in it. After, take steps towards achieving it, and you will see it coming your way. And do not cease believing in yourself. Shine. Shine.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation here in the profile. We have been glad to have you here.
It is a pleasure
for watching the profile, and don't forget that you can always find us on YouTube at Miss and Christine. And all you need to do is you subscribe to the channel, you like the video, and then you get to know every time we upload a new video. And find us on all our social media platforms at Miss and Christine. Until next time, bye bye.